Following their 33-8 victory over Italy at the Stade Pierre-Mauroy, France national rugby union team look every inch a side marching toward a grand slam in the 2026 Six Nations Championship. On paper, the scoreline reads like a statement of dominance. In reality, the contest was layered, competitive for long stretches, and revealing in ways that go beyond the raw numbers. Here are 5 detailed takeaways from a match that reinforce France's credentials while offering Italy both encouragement and frustration that won the top line. France feel inevitable 3 games. 3 bonus point wins. For points clear at the summit, France are not just winning. They are controlling the narrative of the championship. Even the late withdrawal of Mathieu Jalibert on the eve of the match failed to disturb their rhythm. Where other sides might have faltered, Fabien Galtier's team barely blinked. Yet the 33-8 scoreline masked the truth that this was not a procession. With 8 minutes remaining, Italy were still within reach. The 4th try, the one that secured the bonus point, only arrived in the 71st minute. Until then, France had been made to work. 3 of their 5 tries stemmed from Italian inaccuracies. Overthrown lineouts, loose kicks, and a costly deliberate knock-on. That does not diminish France's quality, but it underlines an important distinction. This is not a team relying solely on unstoppable brilliance. It is one ruthlessly primed to punish mistakes. Since 2022, France have evolved into the tournament's benchmark. What separates them now is their capacity to absorb pressure, wait for errors, and strike with clinical precision. The sense of inevitability is growing. Italy, for their part, were competitive and courageous. They dominated scrummaging exchanges for long periods and defended with commitment. But at test level, moments matter more than momentum, and France simply owned the decisive ones. To Dupont, Flamant, Mayafo, excellence in key moments. There is something quietly devastating about the way Antoine Dupont influences matches. Sunday was not his most flamboyant performance, but it may have been one of his most authoritative. His early kick that created Bielle-Biarrey's opening try set the tone. Later, when Italy threatened through Leonardo Marin, Dupont produced a turnover of immaculate timing, extinguishing a promising attack at precisely the right moment. It is anticipation as art form. He sees the moment before others sense it. Alongside him, Thibaut Flamant returned from absence to deliver a towering display. His line-out control provided the structural backbone of France's set-piece dominance. In open play, his carries were forceful and intelligent, consistently bending the gain line. Then there was Emmanuel Mayafo. His first-half try, a low, powerful surge through defenders, symbolized France's forward authority. He combines brute strength with surprising agility, and together with Flamant forms arguably the most dynamic second-row pairing in the championship. And of course, Bielle-Biarrey continues to redefine consistency. His acceleration for the opening score punished Louis Linau's misjudged tap back instantly. But beyond the try, it is his all-round contribution, kick chase, defensive work rate, aerial contesting, that elevates him into world-class territory. His 8-match scoring run across this and last year's tournament is extraordinary. Defensive coaches know the threat is coming. None have found the answer to 3 Italy's errors. The fine margins of elite rugby under Gonzalo Quesada, Italy have grown in resilience and structure. They were far from passive in Lille. Their defense, particularly either side of halftime, was disciplined and brave. The halftime score of 19-8 reflected genuine competitiveness. But the difference between good and great lies in execution. Italy's aerial game, so effective earlier in the tournament, deserted them at critical junctures. Loose kicks handed France's lethal back 3 too many counterattacking invitations. Overthrown lineouts robbed them of territory. Final passes in the French 22 hit the ground when precision was required. Louis Lignac endured a difficult afternoon. Those circumstances were not entirely of his making. His yellow card for a deliberate knock-on 70 minutes effectively sealed Italy's fate. Until that moment, the contest remained alive. After it, France surged. Leonardo Marin impressed once again, carrying with intelligence and creating channel pressure. Tommaso Menincello flashed brilliance, but lacked the finishing support to convert it into points. There were positives, but they were fragments rather than sustained phases of control. Italy left Lille with lessons, not humiliation. And with England next in Rome, they will sense opportunity for France's depth. A machine beyond individuals, what may be most frightening for rivals is not France's starting 15. It is the machinery behind it. When Baptiste Serin replaces Dupont without a drop in tempo, when Charles Olivon emerges from the bench having scored in every previous round, when a side missing Jalabert still secures a bonus point win, you are witnessing depth engineered with purpose. AT scrum half alone, France's resources are staggering. Dupont, Serin, Nolan Le Garrec, Maxime Lecoux, and others capable of starting for most Tier 1 nations. The forward stocks are equally formidable. Flamant and Mayafo may headline the engine room, but behind them sit Michael Gillard, Anthony Gelanche, Francois Cross, Oscar Jego, Lenny Nucci, and Olivon. Rotation without regression in midfield. Emilien Gailton continues to grow into a complete operator. His footwork for France's fourth try in Lille was instinctive and sharp, slicing through scrambling defenders with composure. This is no longer a talented team. It is a program built for sustained excellence. The Grand Slam feels not ambitious, but expected. 5 work-ons. France's one vulnerability. Despite their dominance, France are not flawless. Italy's scrum superiority, led by Simone Ferrari and Danilo Fischetti, exposed a lingering question at tight head. The French platform creaked under pressure, and against a side with even greater scrummaging power. This weakness could prove costly. Fabien Galthiès options are limited. Rabah Slimani is unlikely to factor long-term, and Emeric Sediano appears out of favor. The potential solution may lie in Tevita Tatafu, a physically imposing tight head who qualified through residency and debuted in 2024. His absence from his fixture was unexplained, but he could feature in the looming Maui Field clash. Against Scotland in round 4, France will face their sternest test yet. If their scrum stabilizes, it is hard to see a weakness elsewhere. The final word: France are not merely winning matches. They are dictating terms to the championship. Their ability to punish errors, rotate seamlessly, and rely on generational talent like Dupont gives them an edge few can match. Italy competed bravely and will find encouragement in their defensive structure and scrum performance. But elite rugby is unforgiving. In Lille, every Italian misstep was magnified by French precision. 0.3 from 3. Maximum points. For clear at the top, the Grand Slam is no longer hypothetical. It is the benchmark. And unless Scotland, or anyone else, can disrupt the French machine, Les Bleus may soon be celebrating more than just another bonus point victory.